Is rent starting to feel like a practical joke? Same for Black people. Hey, white people. Are grocery prices making you think that you need to start your own farm in the backyard just to have food for the winter? Oh, wow. Black people are feeling the same thing. The rich folks and their corporations do that to us because most of them do not really care or even truly understand what happens to us.
Shalom. First, I start off by giving all great honor to Yahawashi, Yahawashi, Bashim, Rakakdash. Double honors to teach style and the parts of great millstone, likewise, brothers, but know this truth. Faithfully fearlessly feeding the sheep and do brothers and sisters. And again, Shalom. Today's lesson's titled, Don't Join Hands with Them. Seek Yahawashi. Now, you saw an opening clip there, and I'm going to play the remaining part of this clip, and I'm going to just be frank with you. It's quite insulting. Okay, and the thing that you're going to get out of this clip, and of course I have some other clips I'm going to show you with this lesson. Deuteronomy 30:7 comes to mind. The curses, going on enemies, and also Jeremiah 49:12. Okay, where we as the children of the Lord Yahawashi, who drank off the cup of indignation, going into slavery, being punished, humiliated. Okay, that cup also is going to be passed on to, Esau, these Edomites, these so-called white people. Okay, and the other tribes too, but particularly, okay, that judgment really is going to impact the Edomites, okay, the so-called white people, gruesomely, okay, in the heavenly kingdom. And we're already seeing these things already started right now, okay? And this is because you look every day, the man of the Lord, we pray to Yahawashi to do what? Bring judgment on this earth, in particular here in Great Babylon, America. In fact, let's go into Psalms 94 and start verse 1 before I play this video. And it reads, O Lord, power, to whom vengeance belongeth, O power, to whom vengeance belongeth, shew thyself. Lift up thyself, thou judge of the earth, render a reward to the proud. And who's the proud? The so-called white people, okay, the Edomites, okay, from the elites all the way down to the scumbag out there pretending to be a wet, holding the sign, say, help a homeless wet, okay, and they can't produce any type of documentation or proof that they ever served in their own military force, okay, but it's still proud, even though you would reach in your pocket to help on these Edomites on the street, and this is back in the day. They're still looking down at you like, I'm better than you. Even though I smell like shit and don't have a pot to piss in, I'm still better than you. Okay? So they're very proud. It says, Lord, Yahawashi, how long shall the wicked triumph? Well, we can see right now they're not triumphing too long. Okay? So our prayers are being answered. Okay? The decisions that's being made by their leaders is causing a lot of problems, okay, on these nations. And I'll show you a video clip of what's happening over there in Europe, okay, because of what's taking place in the Middle East, okay, which was started by what? By who? America, okay? It reads, how long shall they utter and speak hard things, and all the workers of iniquity boast themselves? They break in pieces thy people, O Lord, Yahawashi, and afflict thine heritage. Okay, so, okay, I can't put those pictures up, but we used to be able to put them up. We showing, Jake hanging from trees, Jake's being burned to the stake and all of that. And who do you think was doing that? It wasn't the elites going around, coming down and doing that. Okay, it was these everyday Edomites you see around you that are now crying, let's get together and fight the powers to be, help us. Okay, they were the ones that were taking us from trees. Okay, so I'm going to play the rest of this video and we'll continue.
When they grab all that money, they just know that if Black people and white people are fighting each other, they're not fighting them. Think of it this way. It's like we're playing a football game, but we're competing against the other half of our own team and thinking that somehow will make us win. All the while ignoring the other team. And they get to do whatever they want because we are distracted. It's pretty clear who wins in that scenario, isn't it? And it's sure not our team. But if our team, of all of us who are in the same boat, black, white, brown, any other color, what a difference we could make. I have an idea. Since we're all in the same boat, why don't we team up and row it together so we can go the same direction? We can unite and work together to fight the real problem instead of each other. One of us alone cannot fight the rich guys with all their money. Well, with all our money. But if all of us can get on the same team and fight the right enemy, we can. All these boycotts that keep coming up, participate in them.
So as you saw in that clip, this dusty old hag, she's talking about, why don't we all get together and fight, on the same team? And, basically, every time they get into the situation where they're losing and they have nothing left, oh, why don't we get these suckers, these people who know about oppression, these people who have gone on their march, these people who are used to the hard life, okay, and still can walk around with a smile. Why don't we get them to do our dirty work to help our useless, retarded ass, okay, get back to the level where we were, where we could be proud and look down on them. And so for now, they'll try to come up and close you up to you. But it's like, like I said to you, Jakes, okay, don't join hands with them. They're useless. They're absolutely useless. Why in the hell would you help people that are going to be your future slaves? Okay, let's go into the book of Proverbs 11 and verse 21 reads, though hand join in hand, the wicked shall not be unpunished, but the seed of the righteous shall be delivered. The 130 elect of Yasharala, okay, Prince of the Power, is going to be delivered, okay? The man that sigh and cry daily, okay, the believers, okay? The ones that have been chosen and written in the book of life to be delivered are going to be delivered, okay? But if you join hand with these wicked, and who are the wicked? These Edomites, these so-called white people. This dusty old hag is wicked, man. There's no telling what she did in her former life. There's no telling what her granddaddy or her father did, okay? Probably would have been the one that was pulling the rope hard on Jake, or the one that started the fire that burned Jake's at the stake. But now here she walking, with her little selfie camera. Shouldn't you be in a rocking chair or knitting or something? Talking about, I get an idea. It's not going to work. In fact, let's go to Isaiah 31, verse 3. It reads, now the Egyptians are men and not power, and their horses flesh and not spirit. When the Lord Yahawashi shall stretch out his hand, both he that helpeth shall fall, and he that is hoping shall fall down, and they all shall fail together. So even if Jake, the two-thirds, let's say the two-thirds want to go there, they want to ignore, the message from the prophets and say, I'm going to help, man. So my best friends are white, and hey, go ahead. It says it right here, you're all going to fail, okay? Because why? There's a particular judgment that's coming to, two-thirds of our people, and we, as a hopefully left, pray that we are not part of that judgment. We don't want to be a part of it. We don't care what's happening, okay, to these other tribes here in Great Babylon, America. The Lord brought you over here in this cauldron for a reason, okay? And you Edomites, now catching your hell, bear your own cross, okay? Don't try to sucker or pull Jason into it, okay? But we only can talk to you Hebrew Israelites that are out there. If you choose to want to join hands with them, it's up to you. Let's go into Isaiah 13, and starting with verse 11, and it reads, and I will punish the world for their evil and the wicked for their iniquity, okay? Notice what it says here, I'm going to punish the world. Keep in mind, all these tribes had us in slavery, okay? The Arabs, the Chinese, okay? The whites, okay? The Africans, they all had a hand, okay, in dealing really violently with Jake, okay, for centuries. And they prosper with it. And that's why they all have this evil eye towards us, and they have this proud look when they look at us, okay? Even them dingy ass Africans over there, those Hamites, they think they're much more better than we are. Continuing, it says, and the wicked for their iniquity, and I will cause the arrogancy of the proud to cease, and will lay low the haughtiness of the terrible. I can tell you right now, after hearing this old cracker talk, it's like, are you kidding me? You get the nerve to actually try to appease the conscience of our people, but you're only going to get the people that can't help you. We can't help. In fact, none of us can help you. We don't want to help you. Okay, we're seeking our own righteousness. We pray for the elect. We pray for the sheep that hear the voice of the Mashiach. Okay, we're not praying for you damn people. We want our people out there that suddenly feel like, okay, this is an opportunity for us to get closer with these white people. Who are you really getting closer with? You're getting closer with a loser, man. Okay, so let's take a look at what the Lord says He's going to do to these nations on the earth, and this is just the beginning. Take a look at this video.
They're moving slowly, but that's by design. These buses are crawling through Paris in protest against rising fuel prices.
Every day, members are losing money just by driving, like the lorry drivers. The tourist coaches behind me, which 2 months ago signed contracts with their clients and told them it would cost a certain amount, today it doesn't cost that. It costs that plus 500 euros.
The chokehold on the Strait of Hormuz is not just affecting fuel. Important components for fertilizer, essential for crops, are also being held up. It's driving up costs for farmers, with some now questioning whether they can afford to plant all their fields. If they don't, food shortages could hit Europe by September. The warning has set off alarm bells, with G7 finance and energy ministers alongside central bank governors meeting virtually on Monday to assess the impact. In Brussels, EU agriculture ministers are also holding talks.
There is a growing unrest among our farmers because the prices of fertilizers and also the prices of energy is growing now very rapidly.
Solutions may take time. For now, unless fertilizer starts moving soon, the strain on food production is likely to show up on supermarket shelves before long. Milena Veselinovic, Al Jazeera.
The World Bank's chief economist, Indermeet Gill, has warned that global hunger could rise sharply as the economic shock waves from the West Asia conflict spread worldwide. In an interview with AFP, the economist expressed concern over food insecurity and said that around 300 million people could suffer from acute food shortage and that it could go up by 20% very quickly. Gill said the disruption of key supply chains has already driven up oil links inputs, such as fertilizers. Such modern agriculture depends on these inputs. Rising costs are expected to push food prices higher in the coming months, while current food supplies were produced before the crisis escalated. Future harvests are likely to be affected. That, he said, could create a delayed but severe consequence. Higher fertilizer prices may also trigger protectionist responses, with countries restricting food exports to secure domestic supply, such as measures that could intensify global shortage and accelerate price increases. The burden is expected to fall disproportionately on low-income populations who spread a larger share of their income on essentials like food and fuel. Countries already facing conflict or politically fragile are especially vulnerable, with risk of widespread hunger increasing if the situation persists. Beyond food insecurity, the broader economic outlook is also deteriorating. Gill warned that prolonged conflict could push global inflation significantly higher while slowing economic growth. This combination would worsen debt pressures in poorer countries and limit their ability to respond effectively to crises. Although large economies, such as the United States, China, and India, may cushion global averages, Gill cautioned that underlying vulnerabilities in smaller and developing economies are far more severe than headline figures suggest.
And as you saw in that video clip, okay, from Asia to Europe, it doesn't matter. La-di-da-di, the Lord is going to punish everybody, okay? And it's coming here to Great Babylon, America. In fact, take a look at what's going on in the background right now. Okay, you can see, okay, I mean, and this is how these cities look here in America, okay? You get the women, they have to go out there and sell their bodies for drugs because pestilence is getting them. Okay, you get homelessness on a scale that you can't even comprehend. So many people are sleeping in and living in their cars, okay? You have massive unemployment. The sword is chasing everybody down. They can't even report all of it, okay? And this is about to get worse as more and more people, okay, because this is the future of a lot of you people. Take a look at what your future is. You're going to be out there like this at some point. And unless the Lord Yahawashi is going to give you that covering, feed you, okay, you're going to wind up just like this, okay? This is 2nd Ezra 16, starting with verse 14, it reads, "Behold, the plagues are sent, and shall not return again until they come upon the earth. The fire is kindled shall not be put out till it consume the foundations of the earth. Like as an arrow when it is shot of a mighty archer returneth not backward, even so the plagues that should be sent upon earth shall not return again. So the Lord Yahawashi is controlling this. Okay? He's controlling this. And since there's no one that can trump his power, bottom line is there's nothing that can be done about it. That's why we pray that he doesn't lay his fury on us. We don't want that smoke. We don't want it at all. In fact, this is what the prophet, okay, who wrote this is saying here. It says, woe is me, who will deliver me in those days? What days are those? Those are the days that we're in right now. The beginning of sorrows and great mournings, the beginning of famine and great death, the beginning of wars, and the power shall stand in fear, the beginning of evils. What shall I do when these evils shall come? There's famine. They're talking about it. That's the talk right now, famine. Good boy, it's one doggone thing that people can't deal with, and that's being hungry. Okay, and it's going to drive a lot of people crazy and nuts. Right now, to see people that you see out there that look like they're zombies that you might walk by right now, okay, they might not be the threat to you because they simply don't really have the strength. They're so zonked out on drugs. But it's going to be your average day person, somebody who's still healthy, who's hungry and having a hard time, and they sitting down there and they remembering their old life that they had, where they had food and things was going good for them like that. Hey, they can take it on to somebody. It's going to be hell to break coming here, man. And it's going to be a global thing. It says, behold, famine and plague, tribulation, anguish are sent as scourge for amendment. But for all these things, they shall not return for their wickedness, nor be always mindful of the scourge. Why Jake will never return? Because bottom line is they keep seeking, okay, basically they want to be noticed, or they want to be appreciated by the so-called white man. They're marching for equality. They want to get that pat on the back constantly. When they talk about DEI and all those other things like that, Jake is offended by that because, well, I thought for a minute there we were having some type of equal rights and stuff like that. I mean, they had a black president, right? Obama. We almost had a black female president, whatever that fat bitch name was. They don't understand, like, no, this man is only set up on earth to rule for a particular time, and his job is to be wicked, and that's he's doing a great job of it. It says, behold, rituals should be so good cheap upon the earth that they shall think themselves to be in good case. Even then shall evil grow upon earth, sword, famine, and great confusion. Eve, particular black woman, nigger bitch, and Latino woman, and I'm using our tribe women because we speak to our people. Okay, we know the other tribe women on welfare too, but hey, Big Daddy Esau has been taking good care of them for the last 50, 60, 70 years or whatever case like that. I don't need no man. I don't need no man. And of course, all these programs set up, diversity shit. One minute they talk shit to you, the next minute it's like, oh well, we need to have more diversity and all this other crap like that. It's confusing, man, and it's only confusing to those that are actually listening to this shit. We look at it as prophecy, and we going, oh, getting closer to the return of the Mashiach. It says, for many of them that dwell upon the earth shall perish with famine, and the other that escape the hunger shall the sword destroy, and the dead shall be cast out as dung, and there shall be no man to comfort them, for the earth shall be wasted, and the city should be cast out. I mean, what people will be throwing Molotov cocktail around, grabbing their weapons, shooting up everything. Those people who was like in the military, people in the military could be stealing, with military grade stuff and selling it out there on the black market or giving it out there. It's just gonna be crazy, and this is gonna be a global thing. But particularly here in Great Babylon, America, okay, because this place is really sanctioned to be destroyed by the Lord Yahawashi. It's just gonna be hell on earth. And then your slavery begins for you Edomites, okay? So this has been, don't join hands with them, seek Yahawashi. They can't do nothing for you, and you can't do nothing for them, Jake. The only person that can save any of us, okay, and I'm speaking only about the Hebrew Israelites, is Yahawashi. He's been authorized by the Lord Yahawashi, okay, or the Most High Yahweh, okay, to save the elect. That's it. That goes back and all going on to Yahawashi, Shalom.